Hey, oh snap! Up jumped the. I ain't nobody in here. Let me get this ready. Managed to keep one of these sturdy. Monster Force. God King. Isn't that an amazing looking figure? Look at that. The detail. Clean, ain't it? Want to know more about it? Check out the video I did this week. This Action Figure Tuesday. Forgotten King. Big Bad Toy Store. So yeah. And if I'm being honest, Big Bad Toy Store doesn't make anything I don't like. I think everything I got from Big Bad Toy. I mean, not saying like Marvel Legends. I'm saying the Big Bad Toy Store stuff. Like marketing. Watch me, Theo. This I have discovered is a very, very rare figure. It is always out of stock. I have wanted to order more, but they ain't ever in stock. Ain't that crazy? That funny what you think popular ain't popular, and what isn't is, if that makes sense to you. Okay. I like, oh, they're Dracula. Hang on a second. Oh, I'm on a roll here. See, we'll get to the book because I only got 2 books tonight. So, and one of them y'all already know, well, both of them y'all know about, but I'm just giving y'all some insight. Hang on, let me grab it. Is it up there? Yeah, up there. Yeah, I got both my Draculas. Why wouldn't some people say Dracula? They put a G on there, you know what I'm saying, and say Dracula. I'm tripping. Because I'm tripping. I know I've showed this on my page before, right? There go my Dracula. Right there, like that. So, long story short, Big Bad Toy Store, a brother FUX with you. You know, I, you know what I'm saying? So, it would feel free to slide a brother some exclusives and you know what I'm saying, some nice little, oh, I give him some airplay for you. I give him a whole bunch of airplay for you. See, this has been brought to you by D Real Obsidian Mo Entertainment. Hey. Oh, come on, yo. We up in here. What's good? What's good? What's good? Ain't nothing, y'all. And my brother up in here. Oh, my man's and them is up in here. Then we good to go. We good to go. Let's kick this shit off. Okay. All right. Like the pastor say in church, I ain't gonna be before you long. But sometimes, let me grab one visual and we can dip right into this shit. I love that I got a computer to tell me to check myself before I open some shit up. Be like, sure you want to open this? You better make sure, Negro. So thank you, computer, for having checks and balances and shit. Oh, Thursday, I got so much neat stuff ready for y'all, man. That I want to share and show y'all. I went to a couple sites and I looked up a couple of things. I saw some stuff I liked. I saw some stuff I ain't like at all. And I'm gonna share that's gonna be one of the things I share with y'all tomorrow night. So just hang on, be patient. I guarantee you're gonna like what I got for you. Let's just say that. I thought I had that burn blinking for Schluggener. I've heard that one before. Man, why did I put it? Okay. But aha. How about there? Mm-mm. Mm, wow. Oh, probably be a lot easier. Man, I am so glad that y'all are in here tonight. Now I know you're saying to yourself, I know D Real is happy to see us, but how happy is happy when he's a happy? Very. Keep up. Man, I guess I don't. In all of you know what? That's what the internet's for, kids. No, wrong one. I already know. I looked it up before. Bam. Thank you. That I don't have to erase my stuff. What in the world? I promise. I'm about to get to it. I promise. There. And quit playing. Bomb. Do that. That's easier. Dear Bam. Yeah. Now we in business. Okay. That's the only graphic I'm gonna need because I'm gonna give such a graphical description that you won't need no visual accompaniments. I can't believe I actually said that, but it's true, and you're gonna see. Bam, got it. Boom. All right, let's go. Here we go. Hot damn ho. Here we go again. Kick it off with this. Hey now, it's my show. Okay. Marvel Premiere number 51, which came out in 1978, I believe it was. It was shortly after the Jack Kirby Black Panther series was wrapping up, right around that time. And so they were trying to tie off loose ends that they had left hanging at the end of Jungle Action. Because if you look at the last issue of Jungle Action, which I think is like 24, and he squares up with Wind Eagle in that one. Wind Eagle from this one compared to in this one, oh, T'Challa put hands on the boy. I mean, he up in the air jumping and bow and punching him and kicking him and got him looking foolish and just they knew he was done because T'Challa had figured him out. And right when he gonna try to get some information because he know, oh, this boy can't whoop me. I got the hands on him. So, T'Challa's putting paws on him, and he's like, okay, I will stop putting paws on you if you give me information. You know what I'm saying? And dude was like acting like he wanted to relent, and an assassin or something, bow, shot him from like across a window across the street. Or man, I got these stories embedded. You know what I'm saying? Like an assassin shot him from across the street, and even quick as T'Challa was, he couldn't get there in time to catch the assailant, but they had left their guns sitting there, and so the story ended like that. Like it was like, that's a mystery for another day. And Black Panther's story continues in 52 and 53 of Marvel Premiere. And that's when he runs afoul of the Klan again. Yeah, that storyline. And then we see the second appearance of the Soul Strangler. And that's when he seems more like a quasi-mystical being, if that makes sense, because it seems like he's almost sort of a hate mongerish kind of a character. Something like that would probably be, well, I don't think in this current political environment anybody would be above depicting something like that at this point, because a lot of things that are anti-American are going on in America. So why shouldn't the art reflect it? Yes, absolutely. You are listening to the fast, cool sounds of your man D Real, kicking it to you live on a Wednesday vibe as we deep dive. Woo! Can you tell I used to be on the radio? Oh my goodness. Let me take a break from all this yapping and wet my whistle. With libations, with a beverage. I don't know what the rest of y'all was thinking about. Okay. Thoughts, comments, concerns about Marvel Premiere issue number 51 from 1978. No takers? Cool. We can move on. I think I got, dang nabbit. It ain't easy being cheesy, let me tell you. Oh, I did get that one right. Matter of fact, y'all intrigued with the second one. I'm gonna give you a couple of little visuals going long with it. Whoop. He was more dynamic. Yeah. And I like the fact that he could get the job done without any extra. You know what I mean? He was just him. He didn't need no vibranium, nothing. He didn't need no kinetic this or that. It was just him in the habit, the man doing what he do. You know what I'm saying? And I get that over time, it became difficult to justify an African man being superior, even on a superhuman level, than a non-black one. So, or yeah, I said that right. Anyways, yeah, so I like that it's all, it can we can make it into one, like a gestalt. and just combine the best qualities. Because I mean, ain't that what everybody else do with their characters? I mean, and since we talking about Black Panther, we could take this time to break down a couple of other things that we may or may not want to discuss, as long as it relates to Black Panther. For example, during this particular run, I believe Monica Lynn started dating the white dude. What was his name? Kevin Trueblood. So I imagine that might have been a little awkward. Oh, I'm a king. You detective for the Atlanta Police Department? Go somewhere, dude. You drive a Camaro. Low key, I had a Camaro. Yeah, I had a blue. No, I'm sorry. When the Camaro was a Firebird. Remember when they had a similar body style when the Camaro and the Firebird looked exactly alike? You know what I'm saying? Body style. I remember there was I think it was like Capris. They had them Capris that looked like Mustang 5.0s. Grand National. Great time. Great times. Great time. Fast cars, fast women. Everything done fast. Then you get older and you slow down. You don't stop. You don't stop. You slow down. Spark those minds and see the evidence of the fruit that you did spark those minds. Because that's what you're trying to do, is you're trying to spark their mind. Because you want them to do what you need them to do in the future. And they should be wanting to do it willingly, not because they feel forced. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I remember my brother had a Cutlass a Cutlass Supreme with a regal body. Imagine that, if you will. It was nice. It was nice. Had the power lock. D. Window. Yeah, with that big old door, boy. Door you hit. Anyway, I digress. Blood Syndicate, issue number 2. Yes, sir. It was cut down. But anyway, the big happening of this issue is who's gonna lead the Blood Syndicate. And first issue, if we recall, Holocaust was showing his whole behind and talking tough and saying things like, well, you know how they do, that second in command that always want to be first in command, but couldn't lead himself nowhere if he tried to. Yeah. Problem is, he allowed brute force and power. If we saw last issue, he'll carry the lion's share of a fight, but one directional. But when he do come in that direction, Lord have mercy. And when we left off, he was like, we gonna settle this. It's either me or you. And who ends up stepping in the middle? None other than Wise Son. And Wise Son's like, hey, y'all know we supposed to do this on our turf and on our terms. So let's skip on back over to the island and we can handle this, G style. And they roll out. So, and this is what I think so funny. Funny, this is the thing that hit me like bam, like wow, McDuffie and them, they doing some good writing. Check it. Check what flashbacks say. Don't think about it. Just go home, take out my pipe, and smoke up that crack I stole, and everything will be fine. Oh my goodness. You know what I'm saying? And at the time, some of us knew chicks like that was like, hey, give me that. And I, you know what I mean? It was some ill times, man. It was some ill times. I mean, it wasn't cool, but anyway, we meet Dog. That's a dog that talk. I like that. I like that. Hey, Grand Madam, how you doing? It is always great to see you. He said she was on that Chris Rock. What'd you walk into? That you walked into the review of issue number 2 of the Blood Syndicate, and we into it. Can you tell I used to be on the radio? Okay. Anywho, there's these robot things. The best I can describe them, or like armored suits. There we go. And armored robot suits. Now, that's literally what they are. Cybernetic organisms. Anyways, whatever you want to call it, they mechanical. They take orders from this creepy looking old lady, and this creepy looking old lady is telling them, "Oh, I've pinpointed the energy source of what I want, and we need to go have y'all fetch it for us and bring it back in one piece because Mama want to look at it or Granny want to look at it or whatever." She give off Granny Goodness vibes. There you go. So, and she literally looked like a grandma too, ugly grandma. And off they go, and we don't hear nothing about them again till later on in the book. But then we find out Tech 9 and the dog is Dog, and then that reporter, Roberta, is there, and she's got on this little beret. I don't know what it is. I guess when I used to read that back in the day, I would think, ooh, those are Jean DeWolf vibes. Oh, geez. What y'all know about Jean DeWolf? Yeah. Jean DeWolf was this detective chick that worked for the New York in the 616 Marvel universe. We gonna get back to the story, I promise. But Jean DeWolf was this detective chick that worked for the New York Police Department, and she was one of them ones. Basically, she was like a female Nick Fury for the New York Police Department, because she had she smoked a cigarette and she had on her little beret and she be talking, and she drove in an old 1920s roadster, and she would always end up if it was like a street level adventure or something, she would always end up somebody either having to talk to her or somebody end up in jail, and Jean DeWolf pull up and be like, get him out of there. You know, she was just like the hard-boiled female detective, and she got killed by like a serial killer. Comics, but that's like an edgy street story type thing. I ain't saying, you know what I'm saying, that could be somebody's movie, or, you know what I'm saying, take that whole idea and just make it like, never mind. What Thanos say? I'll do it myself. Back to Blood Syndicate here. Different members of the Blood Syndicate remember the Big Bang different ways. Case in point, Tech-9 remembers being in a gang fight, and they fighting, and the cops pull up, and then right when the cops pull up, bow, that's when the gas hit, and everybody hollering and screaming and whatnot. And the first thing he does is grab the dog and run. Next thing he know, dog talking. You know what I'm saying? And they saying, you know, they painting this story, this narrative, which a lot of times is just like, you know, what happens in real life. And I feel like that's what Ivan Velez and Dwayne McDuffie dipped off into when they was making this storyline, because it felt like something pulled, you know, a large chunk of it was pulled out of the day's storylines, you know, out of, you know, current events and stuff like that, you know, because I would read Blood Syndicate and I got the vibe of, do y'all remember that show, A Current Affair? It would come on, it would like, wow, and it'd be like some breaking news story. It'd be something about a celebrity and this, that, and the other. Or, you know, this man's been holding folks at gunpoint, blah, blah, blah. And it was just stuff like that. And it was just like pre-TMZ, I guess would be the best way to describe it. But it was a show like that. And I remember they had one particular one up here where it was like this albino gentleman had done something or other, and I don't want to say nothing about nobody, so, but I know he ended up like, I know he wasn't feeling like he was himself, and back then it's unfortunate that people didn't realize, you know, that mental illness was a thing, and that if it went unchecked or undiagnosed and stuff like that, that's why I've been, you know, working in that field with them people, because I feel like, you know, a lot of times they don't get a fair shake. But anyway, the guy ended up unaliving, you know, like relatives of his, which was really unfortunate and sad, because then right after that, the police unalived him. So I say all of that to say, Blood Syndicate stories gave me that energy, that feel. And I think that's what was so great about it. And that so many people who didn't get the opportunity to read these stories just missed out in a major way. And I don't feel like being able to say something is, I don't know, I guess the best thing I could equate it to is people who never got an opportunity to read Milestone comics, or claim they never read Milestone comics, and brush it off as something that isn't important, but rather say, okay, I don't know about Milestone comics, maybe I jet back, you know, bend the corner and check it out, and then let y'all know what I think. In it out. Later on, Holocaust is given kind of these creepy SA vibes to Roberta, telling her about his power and I'm strong, and then how he remembers, I was in a fight and we was banging, and then when the big bang hit, I got stronger and I wasn't scared. But then Masquerade comes to Roberta later on and say, nah, he wasn't. He lying. He was scared. Matter of fact, here I'll read you exactly what he said. He's a lying MF. When the gas came, he cried like a bitch. I saw it. Wow. Wow. But anyway, and DMZ, he don't care. He just like up on the tower spinning his thing. And a lot of people surmise that DMZ is not someone who was affected by the Big Bang, but is an actual extraterrestrial being who was on the earth at that time, and he's just trying to get back to his people. But more on that as we continue to dive into the Blood Syndicate. Brick House can't remember nothing. So that's 4 different people, 4 different type of recollections of the Big Bang. Interesting. So later on, you know what I'm saying, when I lace y'all up with some static and a little bit of icon, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, you got Raquel Irvin, who wasn't affected by it at all. So yet another type of hero. Or Curtis Metcalf. Do y'all remember what Milestone comic dropped first? What was the first Milestone comic? I mean, in order, because they all dropped consecutively, but in the order of the first one that appeared, which was the first Milestone comic? Let's see who knows. Ooh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna have Milestone comic trivia on Friday 5. Stay tuned for it. We're gonna have fun. Hardware. You can check it. You can check it. But anyway, eventually, when it come right down to it, oh, voice cracking. Oh, still coming up and overcoming a couple. When you get right down, oh, I better leave it alone right now. Anyways, Tech 9 and Holocaust get on the field of battle, and everybody's there, hanging back watching, like, let's see who's going, because he challenging them for leadership. Whoever wins the fight. You said, so how do Static become the poster child? Oh, that's easy. That's an alley-oop. You tossing it to me? I got you. Static was a lot more successful because black guy, electricity. Why not? I think largely that, and the story that they were telling related to the teenagers of the day. People could vibe with what was going on in a static comic book. Virgil Hawkins was a lot more relatable than Curtis Metcalf. Static was going up against stuff. Curtis was going up against the agents of Alva. You know what I'm saying? So, which one would appeal most? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like for everybody else, Blood Syndicate was an acquired taste because it was like, didn't nobody really talk about Blood Syndicate like they talked about. I'm like, did you know why son was a 5%er? A 5%er and a ain't thinking. That never made sense to me. But I guess 5%ers will come together with their own is what is usually what it is. But anyway, they square up, and then again, while they're fighting, they talking trash to each other. Tech 9 ain't pulling no punches. You know what I'm saying? Tech 9 is trying to yeah. About to have me a Tech 9 in a minute. What I say? I tell you, I see it, I'm gonna get it, I see it. They hitting each other pretty damn hard. That they going for broke, man. They absolutely are not playing. Tech 9 ends up getting the upper hand eventually because it's like, yeah, you can get hot, but I can withstand the hot. I just need to keep you away from me. And he keeps him away from him long enough, you know what I'm saying? Till he can get close enough to him and, hey, it what it is, son. But yeah, eventually Tech 9 wins out. Meanwhile, them robot cybernetic organism things we saw on the roof end up landing, and they want to take Brick House, the big concrete female Benjamin Grimm. That's what I was calling her, the big concrete female Benjamin Grimm. I think it would be real hard to make an action figure, a good action figure of her. But anyways, she puts up a good fight. She puts up a real good fight. But eventually she gets took down. Just like and the symmetry of it is she's getting took down at the same time Tech 9 is taking Holocaust down. And while they're fighting the whole time, they're saying things to each other like, this the one I like. He talking trash to him, right? Holocaust is choking him, and he like, say something now. And he shoots him dead in the face and said, your mama's cute. How's that? Oh, Well, originally, Grand Madam, this is G.I. Joe. And they, doing the Valorverse thing. Where they, giving equal ethnicities, it's just like Kamoyo said. So anywho, puñeta. Puñeta. My Latin speaking folk know what that means. That's what Tech 9 called Holocaust. And said his girl tell him he got a little ding-a-ling. So basically, what Tech 9 did was say what the first line in Hit 'Em Up is. Tupac's Hit 'Em Up. First up, and that's how he came at Holocaust. And got him riled up. And he's mad, swinging. You got fire fists, you swinging, you going mad, but I'm dipping, ducking, and diving and dodging everything. That's who gonna win a fight. That's who gonna win a fight. Is the guy who is calculating, and I'm a step ahead of you or 2 steps ahead of you when we fighting, even though I know I got to wade in and take that punishment, but I know how much punishment you can give me before I say, all right, I still got enough, starch left so I can give you this last bomb. And that's what Tech 9 bet on, and his bet paid off. And he managed to get the upper hand on Holocaust and even made Holocaust say I'm weak. Basically, the same thing happened with Chong Li at the end of Bloodsport, like with Jean-Claude Van. I made him surrender. You surrendered. And so Holocaust don't want to be in a crew where he got beat down and made to surrender. So he like, man, F y'all. I'm going on my own. And when I see y'all again, it's on. That old chestnut. You know what I'm saying? So everybody is like cheering and big up in Tech 9. Meanwhile, Concrete Brick House is on the roof getting kidnapped by these robot cyborg thingies. Lucky for her. Let me see if y'all remember. Was this one of your favorites, Ryan? What? Oh, I know I ain't got. If I have to, I'll pull it up. Oh, there you go. Bam. Remember him? Remember him? Check out the boogeyman. That's the boogeyman right there. Yeah. So that's who's pulling up as they trying to take off with Brick House. So what we think Boogeyman gonna do? What Boogeyman gonna do? Well, if you read the comics, you know what Boogeyman gonna do. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the stories that I will be, recounting and reviewing with y'all in the weeks to come, because I can give you better old stuff than this new stuff out here. Like your grandma say, I make that better. This is my milestone compendium 1. I think there are 3 in all. 3 of these. I think they're available on Amazon if you still F with Amazon. But there there are other places if you don't. And I can drop a link if you need me to. Holla at your boy. But y'all, that's it. Only had 2. That's it. I told you I wasn't gonna be before you long. That's it. We done. We done, y'all. So make sure y'all pull up tomorrow. I got some things I want to discuss. I wanna hit you with a dose of fantasy, and I want to hit you with a dose of reality, and I want to hit you with a dose of visual, and I want to hit you with a dose of audio. So all of that's gonna come together tomorrow evening, and it's gonna make some entertainment. And y'all are cordially invited to the Thursday live because everything mystical, magical, political, physical, and spiritual will be in that live. And if you miss it, you're gonna be like, dang, that boy, he on one. But seriously though, I petition y'all to watch because it's gonna be something to remember. My brother Theo up in here in the building. You oh, hey, what grandma used to say. What grandma used to say. What you attract gonna come to you. What you attract gonna come to you. And thank you, my brother. This whole thing, for real, this whole thing. I've had this for about, I think I've had it for like about 3 years now. I got it at a Juneteenth celebration. Shout out to my girl Jasmine. Jasmine Smith, homegirl. Shouts out. She puts on the Juneteenth thing. Oh yeah, I did. I said, you like that, huh? You like that, huh? I'm a do a dark niggas. I don't know. Can you see it? I don't know if folks can see it. They have to. Let me see if I. Oops, that ain't where I want to be. That ain't none of your business. We go to the gallery. Boom. Bam. I don't know how well y'all can see this, but this is the upgrade I gave to the dark niggas recently. Tell me how you feel about that. Is that a proper upgrade, or is that a proper upgrade? Make no mistake, I'm about to get saucy with him because I got a whole epic thing I'm about to do. And when I'm done, Mother's gonna remember Jabir the Dark Niggas. They damn sure gonna remember. But I'm done. I ain't gonna keep y'all no longer than I have to. It's 48:56. We close enough. Round it on off to the nearest decimal and get at me. Same real time, same real channel for that Thursday live. And then me and Theo gonna be doing some things for the Friday vibe for you. Low key. I have reached out to Brother Joe Illich. I'm waiting to hear back from him. We'll see what we see, and then we're gonna do what we're gonna do. I holla at y'all sideways.